Hey everyone, it's Amanda Davidson. Today I wanted to make a video about the biggest mistakes that I made when I was a new agent, particularly my first year in business. And these really apply to any sales business, but I'm obviously going to be talking about real estate because that's what I know and have learned. And the biggest mistake that I made as a new real estate agent was not tapping into, or quite frankly, even having a database. When you're new to the business, you don't know a whole lot, you're not very good at converting leads, and focusing on people who already know and trust you as a person is going to be your best source of business. And I failed miserably at that. I didn't have social media. I really wasn't reaching out to anyone to let them know that I was in business. And to be honest, I thought people would just call because, I was a real estate agent and that's what happens. And it was a huge mistake, probably cost me tens of thousands of dollars, but avoid that mistake by reaching out to people who already trust you and who would want to do business with you just because they know you as a person. Has nothing to do with what you do or don't know about real estate or whose team you're on for real estate. Contact the people who you already have a relationship with and continue that your entire real estate career. It's not just do it your first year. Always reach out to the people who know and trust you, and it will become a huge part of your business. For me, almost 13 years later, it is 95% of my business is my sphere, and that's friends and family, and that's also at this point past clients. Another thing that I really made a huge mistake on was planning and preparing and thinking that I had to be perfect, and instead I should have just been out doing. You're not going to be perfect. You're going to make so many mistakes, and you learn by doing. The real estate course teaches you how to stay legal. It teaches you nothing about how to run a real estate business or how to get clients, and it just comes by doing. You learn by making mistakes. Put yourself out there, and if you're reading scripts and you think that you're gonna have to be perfect on the phone, get that idea out of your head, because you can read the script, I don't care, for a year and you're still not gonna be perfect, and there's still gonna be objections that come up that you're not gonna know how to handle. Just get on the phones, get out there and door knock. I can remember being so terrified and hoping that someone wouldn't answer the door because, one, I wasn't sure what to say, two, I didn't know how they were going to react, and three, I was just scared. I was scared of failure. Don't be. To this day, people yell at me. People tell me I'm terrible. Why would I ever want to be a real estate agent? I'm a horrible salesperson. You're going to hear that your entire career, but you will reach a certain point where you've heard it so many times that you get thick skin and you know otherwise, because you reach a point where you've closed so many transactions that you know you provide a valuable service to anyone that works with you, and the naysayers can just move on along. They really don't impact you. So just get out there and do it. Real estate is one of those businesses that if you allow it, it will chew you up and it will spit you out. And that's why there's such a big failure rate. 87% of agents fail in their first 2 years. Don't be that statistic. You can absolutely be a success story, but you have to put yourself out there. You have to know that you're going to fall on your ass, and you just have to get back up. I've cried so many tears over real estate over the years, and eventually it stops, and eventually nothing phases you anymore, and you become such a strategic thinker and communicate on a high level that you know that you can always find a successful outcome for your clients. And I think my last biggest mistake, let's face it, I could probably make 15 videos about how many mistakes I've made in real estate, but for this one, I'll just focus on the bigger ones. And the last big mistake that I made was not hiring a transaction coordinator. I didn't have any type of help in real estate. It was just me wearing 20 different hats every day for 5 years. It wasn't until I was in the business for 5 years that I thought, you know what, I really need a transaction coordinator. That was a huge mistake because A transaction coordinator isn't someone that goes on your payroll. It's not like having a full-time assistant. That can come down the road, and I do highly recommend getting to that point. But the first step is a transaction coordinator, because they get paid when you actually close a deal. And for a few $100s, you can have that person managing your deadlines, making sure that the appraisal's in, making sure the home inspection addendum is signed off on, making sure closing is set up. There's so much admin that comes with a real estate transaction. And as an agent, especially when you're new, you've got to be focused on income producing activities. You've got to get your schedule down every day to your prospecting in the morning and you go on appointments in the afternoon, or vice versa. But you've got to get the prospecting in every single day, or you will find yourself without a pipeline and without any income. And that's going to become a problem really quickly. So definitely invest in that transaction coordinator. They're worth every penny. There are some incredible coordinators out there who literally will handle every detail for you, and you can then focus your strength of producing and actually closing deals and building your pipeline. As always, if you have any questions or feedback, reach out to me, Amanda at AmandaDavidson.com.